So, like Toddy mentioned, Marcus Smart's injury. He is expected to miss multiple weeks, and I believe it was an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So he's missing multiple weeks due to ankle injury, and I believe they only have 13 games left without Ja Morant. Derrick Rose has had his injury bug this year. So, Toddy, what are your thoughts on not only the Marcus Smart injury, but what this means to the Grizzlies with the remaining games without Ja Morant?
To kind of go back to what we were talking about before about the Rockets, I said Jalen Green's averaging 23, he's averaging 19. So a little bit of stat correction there. But as far as to go back to the whole Marcus Smart injury, left ankle injury, according to Shaun. I mean, yeah, man, it's tough because your team is already kind of depleted, and it's like, okay, well, who else is going to score, rebound, assist, get steals, and you had Ja Morant, you had obviously Desmond Bain, who's still playing, Jaren Jackson Jr., the Defensive Player of the Year, the All-Star, right? You would think that he would be the guy to step up in this situation and kind of be like, all right, no, like I'll be the anchor, I got it. But no, they're one of the worst teams in the league as we speak right now. So I don't know how many games or have the Grizzlies have played already. So, the Ja Morant suspension is, looming to an end. But still at the same time, when he does come back, it's going to be like, all right.
What is he coming back to?
What is he going to be coming back to? Is it going to be a beat up and battered, depleted team that they kind of already are? Or are they going to come back on a little bit of a win streak? Is Ja going to, are they going to have some momentum when Ja does end up coming back? So this Marcus Smart news wasn't the best for Grizzlies fans. I'm sure of that. But it's kind of just been, preach to a choir a little bit. It'll be like, hey, I told you. This is kind of what we saw going into the regular season. Like, hey, and this was Steven Adams was already out, and Ja was, obviously had the suspension. So I didn't think the Grizzlies would be this bad, without them. I thought they would kind of be able to maintain, maybe a 500-ish record, probably a little bit below 500. But the start that they've had has been pretty despicable. And there were all these stats last year of, the Grizzlies are this good. They're without Ja Morant, they're this record. They actually play better without Ja. And I'm like, that is nonsense. And I feel like Tyus Jones had a little bit to do with that, and he is now in Washington. So I feel like if they did have Tyus Jones, one of the better backup point guards of the league, as I've heard Kevin mention before, maybe this would be a little bit more sustainable, and they'd be able to kind of, steer the ship a little bit and navigate their way to, a 500-ish type record after that 25-game suspension for Ja Morant. But I feel like right now they're kind of just in no man's land and kind of all over the place. And, it's just, it sucks, man. And, I love Marcus Smart. And I feel like he can be, the heart and soul of a championship basketball team. But I don't expect him to kind of be the leader as far as, scoring points and, on the offensive side of the ball. He's more of a defensive minded guy, obviously, who